Okay, so we can see that the sand dollar is selected. What we need to do next is we're going to zoom out. So we're going to click on our zoom tool, and then you're going to press and hold Alt on your keyboard, click a couple of times, and that is going to make it so that you can see both. I'm going to move that over here, both the sand dollar and the little B space. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to select your move tool, and then we are going to drag the sand dollar over to this section right here, and then we're letting go. Okay, so it looks like it doesn't go in this spot. I'm going to use my hand tool. I'm going to click on the hand tool. I'm going to move this down. We actually need to put the sand dollar in the A area over here. So I'm going to click on the move tool, and then, oops, make sure it's selected. And then I can still, because I haven't deselected, I can still go ahead and move it. So I've got my sand dollar over in the A. So next thing I'm going to do is choose select and then deselect. So I've deselected the sand dollar. All right, so next step is we're going to select our zoom tool. So go back and get our zoom tool. It says, and click the plate of shells at the bottom of the image window. I think we need to move this up a little bit. So the plate of shells. So this right here, we're going to select that. So when you see me go back and forth between the hand tool and the zoom tool, it's because I'm clicking the space bar, which makes it so that I have this hand and I can move it around wherever I want to move it. Okay, so now I'm going to get my elliptical marquee tool, which is underneath the rectangle marquee tool. I'm going to click and hold this. Try it again, click and hold, and there's the elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to drag until I think I'm kind of close to what this is. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to circle this exactly. So what you can do is press and hold your space bar. If I do that, I can move where this is and then keep dragging, and I'll be able to keep nudging it over and moving it. I have not, when I was doing this, I did not let go of the mouse button at all. I just kept clicking the mouse button and moving it over. So now I'm going to zoom out again. I'm going to click the zoom tool, press and hold Alt, and then click so I can zoom out. I'm going to move this over. So now that I have the plate of shells selected, I want to take this plate of shells and I want to move it over here. So, okay. So going back here, whoops. Okay, so this is still selected. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. It says with the elliptical marquee tool selected in the tools panel. So our elliptical marquee tool is selected. We are going to press and hold the window and the Alt button, which makes a copy. Window Alt makes a copy of this, and then you can move it over. It cuts it and makes a copy of it at the same time. You can click it and you can move it over. Okay. If you don't like where it's at, let's say it's over a little bit too much, you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge it around and make it just right. So the arrow keys are really nice because you can move the object in small increments. Okay, so next step. Okay, so next step is we're going to go to select, deselect, and that deselects the plate of shells. Okay. All right, we are going to work with this, the coral. So the next thing we're going to do in order to learn a new selection technique is you're going to click and hold your elliptical marquee tool until you get to the rectangle marquee tool. Okay, I'm going to click and hold my mouse button down and drag to select this coral. Then we're going to select the magic wand. So we're going to find where that is. So I click and hold one of these selection tools and I get the magic wand. So right now I have this magic wand selected. In the options bar, this is your options bar right here. You're going to confirm that the tolerance is 32. This value determines the range of pixels that your magic wand is going to select. Click the subtract from selection. So that is the one with the little space in front. So this right here is your subtract from. And then you're going to click in the white area, which subtracts the white from that selection. And now you just have the coral selected. We're going to select the move tool and drag the coral to the C box, which is right here. So before I do that, I'm going to double click on my hand tool so we can see it full screen. And then I'm going to go back and get that move tool. And then I'm going to click this and move it right here. Okay. Now we're going to choose select, deselect, and deselect the coral. The next thing we need to do is we've had quite a bit of time that's passed. We need to make sure we save. So because we did save as earlier, all we need to do is go to File, Save to save our work. And it'll save it to that same drive and folder and all of that. So we are going to choose the magnification tool, the magnifier, or I'm sorry, the zoom tool. And then you can zoom in just a little bit on this shell. Okay, I'm going to move up. Whoops. There we go. I'm going to get my hand tool and move this up. Okay, so we're going to get the lasso tool. Let's see where the lasso tool is. It is right here. I'm going to click that lasso tool. And then we're going to start at the lower left section of the mussel and drag around the rounded edge of the mussel, tracing the shape as accurately as possible. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to slowly drag around. It's like I'm drawing around this until I'm around most of that part. Now what you're going to do is press and hold Alt on your keyboard, let go of the mouse button, and you have your polygon lasso tool. I'm not holding the mouse button right now at all. Then you can just click. You're clicking several areas to go around your mussel. So these are straight lines. I'm going to hold my mouse button down again, let go of Alt, and drag around here again to make a curved line. Once I'm through there, press and hold Alt, let go of your mouse, and then keep selecting. Okay, I let go of everything and the mussel is now selected. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to View and then Fit on Screen. And that makes it so that we can see everything once again. We can see everything all at once. Okay, so I'm going to click on Control. Oops. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get my Move tool, and then I'm going to move this mussel up to D. Okay? Then what you can do is see these little arrows on the outside. That means you can rotate your object. So I'm going to rotate it and nudge it over, and we've got our mussel. We're going to go to Select. Whoops, we need to hit Enter. Okay, and now I'm going to deselect it. So once again, we're going to make sure our work is saved. I'm going to go to File, Save. Okay, so we're going to click our zoom tool again, and then we're going to get this little round shell. Now we're going to select the magnetic lasso tool. So if you click and hold, you'll be able to see there's a magnetic lasso tool right here. So you're going to click and then move your mouse around the outside edge of this, and it finds the differences between the colors on the pixels and selects the shell based on the differences of the pixels. Go back. Once you think you're there, you can click, and now we have it selected. Okay. We're going to click on our hand tool and move this down a little bit so you can see where you're going to put it. We're going to click on our move tool, and then you're going to select this and move it right up over the top of that. Okay, so this is where I'm going to deselect. This is in this space here is where we have some differences between Macs and PCs. So right now we can see this the edge of this screw pretty well. What we're going to do is we're going to get our elliptical marquee tool, and we're going to select the round edge of this. And remember, you can use the space bar and kind of move it and then let go. Okay, so I've got the top of that screw. Okay, now we're going to go to View, and we're going to go to Fit on Screen so we can see everything together. Okay, we're going to select the Move tool, and then we're going to press and hold Alt and Windows. You're going to click, hold the mouse button, and then move it over. The next thing you can do is this already has brackets for transforming it. You can click it and drag it to resize it just like that. Okay? Then I'm going to hold Alt and Windows, and I'm going to make, whoops, hold on. I have to hit, oops, I forgot a step. Hold on. Just resize that. We have to commit our transformation, so I'm going to hit that little button to commit it. Okay? Now we need to press Alt and Windows again, and we can move it. If you want, you can change the angle of the screw. So now it looks like it's real. Like, oh, okay, they stopped screwing it there. Now they moved it over. Okay, we have to hit Done for the rotation. And then Window and Alt, move it over. We're going to change the rotation a little bit. Hit Done. And then Window Alt, click, drag it. I'm having trouble moving it, so I'm going to nudge it with my arrows. And then I'm going to rotate it a little bit more. And then hit Done. Okay? So this is all complete. You can make these a smaller or larger, totally up to you. Okay? So the next step is we need to crop this. I'm going to click on the crop tool here, and then, oops, I need to get rid of that. Okay? Well, because I still had the screw selected, it's just doing a crop around that screw. Okay? So I'm going to undo this. I want to deselect. I'm going to click on another tool so I can get rid of that crop. So I deselected it. I'm going to go back and grab the crop tool, which is here, and it looks like it's cropping it around the entire canvas. And then what I'm going to do is drag this in so that I can crop out all that white space. Go in as much as you can. I'm going to move that over. Okay, and then I'm going to hit commit, which is this little arrow, and it's done. Next thing I'm ready to do is go to File, Save, and you are finished with Lesson 3.